Hey everyone, welcome back to another massive, wonderful, and incredibly useful episode of the English Daily Podcast. This is your absolute favorite spot for real English conversation, easy listening practice, and daily speaking growth. I'm your host, John.
And I'm Sara. Welcome back, our beautiful global family of language learners. We are so incredibly happy to sit down, open our microphones, and connect with all of you again today. This is the place where you learn real English from real, natural, and easy talk, not from those boring, heavy, and complicated grammar books.
That is so true, Sara. No boring grammar rules here. Just clear, useful, everyday English that you can listen to and use immediately in your daily life. So, Sara, let's start with a very classic morning question. Imagine your alarm clock rings at 7 a.m. It makes a very loud noise. You open your eyes, you look at the sunshine coming through your window, and you think about your day. What are the very first physical actions you do every single morning?
Oh, John, to be completely honest, my very first action is not very heroic. I open my eyes, my body feels very heavy and sleepy, and my hand automatically goes to my phone to hit the snooze button. We talked about that dangerous button before, John, and it is still my absolute favorite morning enemy. I stay under my warm blanket for 10 more minutes, stretching my arms and legs slowly. After those 10 comfortable minutes, I officially get out of bed, put on my soft slippers, and walk straight to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face with cold water. But you know what, John? For many A1 and A2 English learners, describing these simple, tiny movements feels very difficult. They want to explain their daily life to a friend, but they get stuck on the verbs. They don't know how to connect waking up to eating breakfast or going to work. They just say, I wake up, I eat, I work, I sleep. The end.
Exactly, Sara. It sounds like a broken machine listing data, not a friendly human being talking about their beautiful daily life. Millions of beginner English learners face this exact wall every day. They know the names of foods and they know the names of places, but they don't know the simple, natural verbs and the correct sequence words to link their actions together smoothly. They think they need advanced, complex grammar to talk about their routine, so they feel discouraged and stay silent.
Yes, John, but we are here to tell all of our listeners a wonderful secret today. Describing your daily routine in English is actually like playing with simple, colorful blocks. You do not need thousands of hard words or long, complicated sentences. You just need a few ready-to-use action verbs and some magic connection words like then, after that, and next. And that is exactly why our topic today is so vital, so practical, and completely viral.
Right, Sara, because today's topic is my daily routine for beginners. We want to break down a normal day into 4 clear, simple quarters. We call them the 4 routine building blocks. If you learn these 4 blocks, you can easily tell anyone about your morning, your afternoon, your evening, and your night habits using basic but incredibly beautiful English structures.
I love that, John. This is going to be an absolutely massive, useful, and essential episode. Every single language learner who is starting their journey needs to write these patterns down in their notebook today.
Now, let's explain our regular learning strategy for today. Sara and I will speak in comfortable, slow, and clear A1 and A2 level English, but we will gently add just a few useful, slightly stronger words so you can stretch your vocabulary safely. When we use a new phrase, we will always pause, explain it simply, and give you a real sentence as an example so you feel 100% secure.
Perfect, John. A safe and gentle level up. So, John, let's open building block number 1. This is the quarter where the day begins, the morning wake-up and breakfast. What are the essential verbs for this block?
Building block number 1 is all about the transition from sleep to action, Sara. Beginners often confuse two very important verbs here, wake up and get up. Let's make the difference completely clear for everyone. Wake up means your eyes open and you stop sleeping. Get up means your physical body leaves the bed and you stand on the floor.
Ah, wake up is for the eyes and get up is for the feet. That is a brilliant and easy distinction, John. Let's repeat that. I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:15. That is a perfect A1, A2 sentence structure.
Exactly, Sarah. It is simple but highly accurate. Now, after you get up, what do? You go to the bathroom. Here are three essential phrase blocks: brush my teeth, wash my face, and take a shower. For example, you can say, first, I brush my teeth, and then I take a hot shower.
Perfect, John. And after the shower, you must put on your clothes. The phrasal verb for this is get dressed. Beginners often say, I put on my clothes, which is correct, but get dressed is much more common and natural in daily conversations. For example, I get dressed in my bedroom and then I brush my hair.
Yes, get dressed is a fantastic tool, Sarah. Now you are clean, you are dressed, and your stomach is empty. It is time for breakfast. To describe eating breakfast, you don't just have to use the verb eat. Native speakers usually use the verb have. For example, have breakfast, have coffee, or have tea.
Oh, yes, John. I have breakfast at 8 a.m. Sounds much more natural than I eat breakfast. What do you usually have for breakfast in your daily life, John?
I usually have a bowl of hot oatmeal and a cup of black coffee, Sarah. It is quick and healthy. To describe making your breakfast, you can use the simple verb prepare or make. For example, I make my coffee and then I prepare a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast.
Beautiful, John. I make my coffee and then I prepare my breakfast. That uses basic words, but the sequence is very clear. Now let's move to building block number 2, where the main activity of the day happens, the daytime commute and main tasks. John, how can a beginner talk about leaving the house and traveling to work or school simply?
This is a vital block, Sarah. To describe leaving your home, you use the simple phrase, leave the house. For example, I leave the house at 8:30 a.m. Then, you talk about your travel. We learned a beautiful word for this before, commute. To commute means to travel regularly between your home and your work or school. You can describe your method of transport using the word by or the verb take.
Ah, let's practice that formula, John. You can say, I go to work by bus. I go to school by train. Or you can use the verb take and say, I take the subway or I take a taxi. If you use your feet, you say, I walk to work. This is simple, clear, and covers every single option for transport.
Exactly, Sarah. It is like a mathematical menu. You just choose your transport and put it in the phrase. Now, what happens when you arrive at your office, your factory, your shop, or your school? You start your tasks. To describe your main tasks simply, you can use phrases like check my emails, answer phone calls, attend meetings, or study lessons. For example, I arrive at my office at 9 a.m. and first I check my emails on my computer.
That is great, John. And let's not forget the best part of the daytime routine, the lunch break. To describe this, you can say, I have a lunch break at 1 p.m. or I have lunch with my colleagues. Colleagues means the people you work with in your company. For example, during my lunch break, I have a sandwich and talk with my colleagues in the lunchroom.
Perfect, Sarah. And after working hard for a few more hours, the afternoon finishes, and it is time to stop working or studying. To describe this moment simply, you can use the wonderful phrase finish work or finish school. For example, I finish work at 5 p.m. and then I travel back home. This block captures the entire daytime schedule cleanly. Now, Sarah, let's open building block number 3, which moves into the comfort of the home, the evening relaxation and dinner.
Oh, this is my favorite block, John. It is all about resting your body and mind. When you walk inside your front door, the first thing you do is take off your heavy shoes and put on comfortable clothes. We call that changing clothes or putting on loungewear. Loungewear is just comfortable clothes you wear at home, like sweatpants or a loose t-shirt. For example, when I get home, I immediately change into comfortable clothes.
Yes, that feels so relaxing, Sarah. After changing clothes, it is time for dinner. To describe dinner, you use our favorite verb have again. Have dinner. If you cook the food yourself, you say, I cook dinner. If you eat with your partner or your family, you say, I have dinner with my family at 7 p.m.
Beautiful, John. And after dinner, there is a small chore that everyone has to do in daily life, washing the dishes. To describe this simply, you can say, I wash the dishes, or I clean the kitchen. For example, after dinner, my husband washes the dishes and I clean the kitchen.
Teamwork is essential, Sarah. Now, after the kitchen is clean, you have some wonderful free time in the evening. How do beginners describe their hobbies or relaxation simply? We learned a great verb phrase before, winding down. Winding down means gradually relaxing your body and mind after a hard day. You can describe your evening actions simply using verbs like watch TV, read a book, listen to music, or surf the internet.
Surf the internet or check social media. Yes. For example, you can say, in the evening, I love sitting on the sofa to watch a movie or read a chapter of a book. It helps me with winding down after a busy day. This uses simple structures, but it tells a lovely, cozy story. It shows your relaxation habits.
Exactly, Sarah. Now, let's move to our fourth and final building block, which closes the daily cycle, the bedtime routine and sleep. This is where your body prepares to refuel its battery for the next day. To describe this stage simply, beginners can use phrases like put on my pajamas, set my alarm clock, and go to bed.
Oh, let's look at put on my pajamas, John. Pajamas are the special, comfortable clothes you wear only for sleeping. For example, you can say, at 10:30 p.m., I put on my pajamas and I set my alarm clock for the next morning.
Perfect, Sarah. And what about the actual action of sleeping? We learned a fantastic phrasal verb before, turn in. To turn in simply means to go to bed or go to sleep for the night. So instead of just saying, I go to sleep, you can say, I usually turn in at 11 p.m. Turn off the lights, close my eyes, and sleep for 7 hours. It sounds so natural and native.
Wow, John, I usually turn in at 11 p.m. That is an elite A1, A2 sentence structure. It connects your bedtime perfectly to the end of the day. So, let's review our 4 beautiful routine building blocks for our listeners. The morning wake up and breakfast, the daytime commute and main tasks, the evening relaxation and dinner, and the bedtime routine and sleep. If you connect these 4 blocks together using simple sequence words like then, next, and after that, you can give a perfect, complete description of your entire day to anyone in the world.
Wow, Sarah, let's do a full live demonstration right now. Let's simulate. Let's play a role play game in our studio. Sarah, let's pretend an international friend asks you about your day. You will use our 4 building blocks and our sequence words to describe your normal daily routine simply and beautifully. Are you ready?
I am 100% ready, John. Let's show our global family how easy and smooth it sounds.
Hey, Sarah, it is so nice to see you. I want to know more about your lifestyle. What is your normal daily routine like from morning to night?
Hi, John. I have a very simple daily routine. Every morning, I wake up at 6:30 a.m., but I get up at 6:45 a.m. First, I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face with cold water. Next, I get dressed in my favorite clothes, and then I go to the kitchen to make a hot cup of tea and prepare some toast for breakfast. After breakfast, I leave the house at 8 a.m. and I go to work by train. My commute takes about 30 minutes. I arrive at my office at 8:30 a.m., and first I check my emails and answer phone calls from customers. At 1 p.m., I have a lunch break for 1 hour, and I have a sandwich with my colleagues in the lunchroom. After that, I work until 5 p.m. When I finish work, I take the train back home. When I arrive at my house, I immediately change into comfortable clothes. Then I cook a simple dinner and have dinner with my husband at 7 p.m. After dinner, we wash the dishes together, and then we wind down by sitting on the sofa to watch a funny television series. Finally, at 10 p.m., I put on my pajamas, set my alarm clock, and I turn in at 10:30 p.m. to get a good night's sleep. That is my typical day. How about you, John? What time do you have dinner?
Oh, Sarah, that description was absolutely magnificent. It was so clear, so logical, and so pleasant to listen to. I can see a perfect map of your entire day in my mind. The grammar was beautifully accessible for A1 and A2 learners. You mostly used the simple present tense and easy time phrases, but the result was top-tier fluency.
Thank you, John. And as you can see, I only used the 4 blocks and connected them with words like first, next, then, and after that. Any beginner student listening to the English Daily podcast today can open their personal notebook right now and write a paragraph exactly like that about their own daily routine.
Absolutely, Sarah. It is a simple recipe that gives an amazing result. But now, Sarah, we must talk about a very common, dangerous trap that many beginner English learners fall into when they talk about their routines. It is a psychological trap that I call the perfect schedule trap.
Oh, the perfect schedule trap, John. That sounds like a very stressful and unrealistic place. Let's explain what it means for our listeners.
The perfect schedule trap is when a beginner thinks that to talk about their daily routine in English, their routine must look completely perfect and robotic, like a fitness influencer on social media. They think they must say, I wake up at 4 a.m., I drink green juice, I run for 2 hours, I study English for 3 hours, and I am never tired. Because their real life is not like that. They feel ashamed and think, my routine is too boring and messy, so I have nothing to say. I will stay silent.
Oh, yes, John. That trap breaks my heart. Many students think their real life is not good enough for an English conversation, but that is a complete lie. Real human connection doesn't care about perfect, fake schedules. People want to hear about real life. A story about you hitting the snooze button 3 times because you love your bed, or you spilling a little coffee on your shirt during your commute, or you feeling tired after work and just watching a silly show on the sofa is 1,000 times more interesting, authentic, and genuine than a boring fake story about a perfect machine life.
That is an incredible insight, Sarah. Authenticity always wins over perfection. Your real daily routine is unique, it is valuable, and it is a beautiful part of your identity. Never compare your day to a social media screen. Be proud of your real life. Use your 4 building blocks, smile, and tell your real story with a happy, honest voice.
Yes, John, throw the perfect scheduled trap into the dustbin forever. Your routine is beautiful just the way it is right now. Now, John, let's talk about how our A1, A2 listeners can practice these routine blocks in their daily life at home without feeling stressed. What is a realistic exercise they can do?
Well, Sarah, they can use a method I call the daily mirror commentary.
The Daily Mirror Commentary. Okay, John, tell us how to play this game during the day.
It is a super easy and fun habit, Sarah. Tomorrow morning, when you walk into the bathroom to brush your teeth, or when you're in the kitchen preparing your coffee, look at yourself in the mirror for 10 seconds. Pretend that you are a famous vlogger on YouTube recording a day in my life video for your international fans.
Speak out loud to your reflection and describe your current action in English.
Oh, talking to your reflection like a famous YouTuber? That sounds so exciting and fun, John. Give us a quick example of how a student can do this simply.
For example, you look at the mirror while holding your coffee cup and say, "Good morning, everyone. Currently, I am making my morning coffee in my kitchen. Next, I am going to get dressed for work. My day is very busy, but I am excited." Boom! Your daily practice is done in 30 seconds.
Wow, John, that is a brilliant exercise. It takes zero extra time because you are already in your kitchen or your bathroom anyway during your hidden minutes. You're just turning your normal daily routine into a powerful English playground. If you practice the daily mirror commentary just once a day for 2 weeks, describing your routine will become an automatic muscle reflex. The next time a real foreigner or an interviewer asks you, "Tell me about your typical day," your brain will not panic or freeze at all. It will automatically activate the system and the words will flow out effortlessly like water.
Exactly, Sarah. Practice builds unshakable confidence. Now, we used some remarkably nice, useful, and strong words in our easy conversation today. I think it is the perfect time for our world-famous daily word tour to help our listeners slow down, analyze the vocabulary simply, and save these words in their long-term memory vault forever.
Let's do it, John. Listen closely, everyone, and try to repeat these words and sentences out loud after us to train your pronunciation and vocal confidence. Word number 1, commute. To commute means to travel regularly over a distance between your home and your place of work or study every single day. For example, you can say, "My morning commute to the office takes about 30 minutes by train." Or, "I love listening to an easy English podcast during my daily bus commute."
Very practical daily life word. Word number 2, deficit. As we always love to emphasize on the English Daily Podcast, a deficit means a shortage, a lack of something, or a situation where you feel you do not have enough of a resource. In language practice, beginners often suffer from a confidence deficit regarding their speaking skills. For example, you can say, "Never let a temporary vocabulary deficit stop you from describing your daily routine." Or, "The country imported extra electricity to fix its winter energy deficit."
Throw that deficit fear away. Word number 3, intonation. Intonation is a noun that means the way your voice rises and falls when you are speaking, creating the natural music, rhythm, and melody of a language. For example, you can say, "Using a friendly sentence intonation makes your routine descriptions sound very natural." Or, "Shadowing Sarah's voice is a great way to master natural English intonation."
Crucial for sounding confident. Word number 4, intelligibility. Intelligibility is a noun that means the quality of being clear, understandable, and easy to comprehend for another human being. For example, you can say, "When you describe your day, high intelligibility and clear sequence words win over using big, difficult words." Or, "The loud music in the background reduced the speaker's intelligibility during the call."
Word number 5, genuine. Genuine is an adjective that means completely real, true, honest, authentic, and sincere, rather than fake, false, or copied. For example, you can say, "The international friend showed a genuine interest in learning about my daily lifestyle," or, "We want to build genuine connections with language learners all around the globe."
And our final word for today's tour. Word number 6, competence. Competence is a noun that means the ability to do something successfully, efficiently, or to a high standard. It means you have the real skill and capability.
For example, you can say, the manager hired the new assistant because she showed high organizational competence. Or, daily routine practice will quickly build your communicative competence in English.
What a magnificent selection of words for today's routine tour. Commute, deficit, intonation, intelligibility, genuine, and competence. If you didn't memorize every single detail or definition on the first try, please do not worry at all. You can easily rewind this audio tracking right now and listen to this word tour section again, slowly and calmly, repeating the sentences until they feel completely natural to your tongue.
Yes, and now, dear amazing, hardworking listeners of the English Daily Podcast, it is time for your absolute favorite part of the entire episode. It is time for our daily comment challenge. Let's use active practice right now to lock these blocks in your memory vault.
Yes, do not stay passive. Active practice is the magic key that opens the door to fluent speaking. Send your English brain to our warm daily fitness center right now by typing a short comment below this video. We have an exciting challenge for you today.
Yes! Today, we want you to use our routine building blocks and tell us just one thing you do every single morning in the comments section below. Tell John and me what time you wake up or what you have for breakfast using our new phrase patterns. For example, I have a hot cup of coffee and a banana for breakfast at 8 a.m.
Be exceptionally brave, everyone. Open that comments box, type your simple daily habit, and hit send. Please listen to us. Do not worry about grammar mistakes or spelling errors. Our comment section is a 100% safe, warm, and beautiful international community where thousands of English learners from all over the world read, support, smile, and learn from each other's sentences every single day. Your single comment might bring a huge smile to another student living halfway across the world today.
Exactly, Sarah. And before we say our final goodbyes on this beautiful day, we want to leave you with one last encouraging thought to carry in your heart today. Learning a language is a steady marathon, not a fast, stressful sprint. You do not need to be a perfect superhero who has a flawless schedule today. You just need to show up, use your simple blocks, and be authentic.
Yes, even 10 short, focused, and happy minutes of practicing your daily mirror commentary at home or listening to a podcast while you wash the dishes can completely transform your understanding, your confidence, and your fluency over time. Consistency is the true magic formula, and John and I know without a single doubt in our hearts that you have the internal power to master this language.
We believe in you 100%. Thank you so much for choosing to spend this valuable, quiet time with us today on the English Daily Podcast. You did not waste these minutes. You invested them perfectly in your own education, your own future career, and your own personal growth. We are incredibly proud of your dedication.
Yes, we are so proud of you and your beautiful journey. I've been Sara.
And I've been your host, John. Remember to use your 4 routine building blocks, avoid the perfect schedule trap, practice your daily mirror commentary, be kind to your mind, and we will see you in the very next episode of the English Daily Podcast. Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy your daily routine.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care of yourselves and keep practicing.